thought our kids did a really good job today. This is, it's difficult to play here in this venue because we don't do that all the time. We're lucky if we have side baskets at St. Francis. So you have to adjust to that, and I thought we adjusted to that well. I think probably our earlier trip down to Miami really helped us play in big ways. LIU is a very talented athletic team that we're always concerned about them driving the ball on us. We were concerned about Cleandra Roberts, and as I told them after the game, we really stopped her from becoming an all-NEC player, and we made her a first-team All-American player. I mean, she was outstanding today for LIU. But I always think that our kids play with poise, and that's being veterans, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses, and I thought that we played with tremendous poise in the second half. So they were excellent defensively. They made big shots. Ailey made the first shot coming right out of the gate in the second half, and I think that breaks the team's back. But great poise, and that's what we put up on the board. Who's going to play harder, longer, and who's going to have more poise coming in the last 10 minutes, and I thought we had that.
Coach, 3-0 start for you guys now in the NEC. What does that mean to you?
All it means is that we're 3-0. It has no bearing on the next game, right? I mean, as I always say after every game, we don't have to play this one anymore. Okay, we play the next game. It's the only game that we look at. So I mean, it's nice, but it only lasts till the end of today. When we wake up tomorrow morning, we're back to 0-0 again, and we got to get ready for the next game. That's college basketball. You can't think about those things. You just get ready for the next one, and we see that in the maturity of our team. They haven't gotten carried away with any of the record and the start or how many wins, but they just play, and that's what you got to do. You got to do it each and every night.
It's been a nice week for the school, though. The men defeated LIU, women beat that. What about just winning the Battle of Brooklyn here? What's that mean?
I mean, that's nice. It's for me, it's always when after 42 years of coaching, you're happy if you win any game, right? The only bad part today was Sarah getting hurt at the end. Our men are doing outstanding. I'm really happy for St. Francis, especially St. Francis alumni. I think that's really important. It's great to be able to let them have some bragging rights. I was in a restaurant in Manhattan on Thursday night and met a St. Francis graduate, and he had said for the first time in a long time he was able to really go after the people that he works with and brag, and that's great. And that's one of the really nice things about this is that it makes your alumni feel good.
Do you have an update on Sarah? What happened exactly?
And she twisted her ankle. I think she stepped on somebody. Probably Leah. Leah's hurt like 4 or 5 people.
I think this is her 5th play that she's injured on that team.
I felt bad. I don't know. We'll probably have to wait till tomorrow. I really got on Sarah because she hesitated one time, and as I tell them all the time, never ever hesitate. I don't care how many you miss. I don't care where you miss from. The only thing that's going to get me mad is if you hesitate on the next one, and she hesitated on one, then came back and scored twice in a row. So, but unfortunately she got hurt. But she's a tough kid. She's a tough kid.
Any questions for the players?
Can you just describe your, playing in this arena and just being the Battle of Brooklyn? What was it like for you guys?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, we come to this stadium as like the local NBA stadium, so we'll come up here, we'll sit, 3 rows from the back and barely see the court. To actually step out onto the court and look up at those seats is pretty cool. And it's an amazing feeling. We had a great crowd tonight, and that's just fun to play in front of.
Leah?
I thought it was a good experience to be able to play on like an NBA court. And like Ailey said, we had a good crowd to like back us up behind it. And,
You think it's obviously you guys were behind for about half of the first half. You think because being in this, I guess in this kind of forum in this arena, it took you a while to get your shooting down, you believe?
I think it was probably more nervousness, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say nerves and just to get used to the floor and stuff like that.
Leah still didn't get used to it.
Yeah, how long does it really take to be when you're out there to actually calm down and just treat it like another game?
Well, pretty much as soon as the tip goes up, you forget about where you're playing and who's watching you and stuff. It's a game of basketball at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right when the tip goes, you just forget about where you're playing. It's just another regular game to us.
Yeah, and can the players talk about what it means? I know you guys. I mean, the schools are pretty close. You probably see the other team just walking around, Fulton Street and whatever. What does this mean? Coming out here and beating them like that, and with jumping out to a 3-0 start in NAC play.
Yeah, well, first off, that's just a conference game, and that's just win. Every night we step out on the floor, that's our goal, is to win. So, also, it's a bit nice to, beat the other team, our rivalry, LIU. By the end of the day, it's just a conference win, and we've just got to look at it like that.
And I also will say that they have two Australians and we have two Australians. So she's not saying that, but that was big for her.
Yeah, do you know the other two girls at all?
No, I don't know them, but I'm standing on the court and I can hear the accent, and it's just like being back at home. I hear the point guard yell out plays, and I'm like, ooh, that's another Australian voice out there.
Does your family do they pay attention to that? Do they know that LIU has a couple Australian girls and?
Yeah, well, I mentioned that to my parents and stuff because most Australians go over to the West Coast, so when there's some Australians in the East Coast, it's nice to know who they are and where they're from.
Yeah. Is that its own bragging rights there, just beating them?
Yeah, everything's a little bit of bragging.
We'll take one more question. If you guys are all good. Okay, guys.
Thanks a lot.